Welcome to Maths Guru Educational Services. If you are studying with us on Maths Guru channel for the first time or you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly click on the subscribe button so you'll be informed anytime we upload a new video on this platform. Please, after watching this video, do comments to help us serve you better. The focus of this day is to attempt some questions. Precisely, we're going to attempt April 2019 examination question number 1. We have the question here. Let's do that right away. Almost every area of study requires some level of statistics. For instance, research reports in most disciplines are enriched by statistics. Based on the premise above, we can rightly ask the following question: what is statistics? Statistics is a science of handling information. It has to do with the collection, representation, analysis of data for the purpose of prediction or for decision making. So it is a science of organizing, describing, summarizing, and interpreting data to provide concise, manageable information for decision. We have different types of statistics, and I think this will answer the second question here. Roman numeral 2. We have descriptive statistics. This type of statistics has to do with the manner of presentation of large amount of data. It has to do with the nature, the description of the nature of data, the identity and the characteristics of the data to be collected is what we deal with in descriptive statistics. The second one there is inferential statistics. Inferential statistics allows one to draw out facts that are not immediately available. Inferential, we draw inferences. Inferences simply means conclusion, deduction based on the observation made. The last one there is correlational statistics. Correlational statistics allows one to examine patterns, compare groups, and predict future events from extrapolation, like we talked about in correlation. Correlation, we talked about ranking then, you recall. So correlational statistics helps us to compare two sets of data, two or more sets of data. Roman numeral 3. Aside reporting research, mention at least 3 areas statistics is helpful. Statistics is helpful in many areas. 1. In planning. Statistical accounts are very helpful in planning. 2. In making comparison, just like we said then in correlational statistics, we compare two sets of data or more. Statistics also helps in time management. In so many areas of life, we talked about time management. So statistics is very helpful in that aspect. Then we have the aspect of prediction making. Statistics is also in making prediction, drawing out inferences, and the last thing we can consider, another thing we can consider, so to say, is statistics helps in summarizing large amount of quantitative data. That is another importance of statistics. Then Roman numeral 4, differentiate between population and sample. Population and sample in statistics. Simply put, population refers to all possible objects, beings, events, circumstances, situations that are of the same characteristics, which are the focus of the observer. So everything that possesses the characteristics which the observer is concerned with is what we refer to as population. Then, on the other hand, we have a sample, which refers to a selected group out of this from the population. The selected group from the population is what we call the sample. It is any subset of a population. For instance, the whole Nigeria can be treated as the population. Any person in Nigeria now that is a citizen of Nigeria could be a member of the population. But if a particular state or people from a particular state are selected, then these selected persons are referred to as sample. They are the sample. So, in other words, we can say if Nigeria is a population, every state in Nigeria is a subset of Nigeria. Therefore, every state is a sample of Nigeria as a nation. Right, the B section here, the frequency distribution for the number of minutes. Take note of this, number of minutes per week spent studying statistical methods by 3,300 now postgraduate students are as contained in the table here. The first question is the class size of the distribution. The class size of the distribution. You recall in our discussion in understanding the statistical table, we made mention of the class size or the class width. To determine the class size, we simply find the difference between the upper class boundary of any class and its corresponding lower class boundary. Or we simply remove the lower class limit from the upper class limit and add one. Any of these will work. Okay, let's take for instance any class here can be used. Let's just use any class. We can use this 40 to 49 to determine the class size. The upper class boundary here is 49.5. What we are doing here is we add half to the upper class limit and remove half from the lower class limit to form the class boundary. So if we add half to 49, we are going to have 49.5. Then we are going to remove the lower class boundary now. The lower class boundary for this class now, 40, is going to be 39.5. We are going to take half from that 40. So here is a class boundary for the class 40 to 49. 40 to 49. So for us to find the class width or the class size now, all we need to do is 49.5 minus 39.5. This will be equal to 10. So the class width is 10. You can do that with any of these classes here. You will have 10 as your result. Okay, let's try that to help us in other calculation. Okay, let's take this group. The group here, 80 to 89. The upper class boundary now is going to be 89.5, and we are going to subtract the lower class boundary, which is 79.5. 89.5 because we added half, and this is 79.5 because we remove half, and this will be equal to 10 as well. So try that with the other classes and you will see that the results will be the same. Roman numeral 2 here, the upper limit of the fifth class. Here the first class, second class, third class, fourth class, fifth class. So since this is the fifth class and we are required to calculate the or determine the upper limit of the fifth class, we simply take the upper limit here, which is 79. So the upper limit for the other classes, for this first class is 39, second class is 49, third class is 59, fourth class is 69, fifth class is 79, sixth class is 89, and the last class there is 99. All right, the next question is the lower limit of second class mark. Second class. The second class is here. The lower limit is simply 40. The lower limits of the other classes, first class is 30, second 40, third 50, fourth 60, fifth 70, next one 80, and the last class here has a lower class limit of 90. So the next question is the class mark of the third class. This is the third class. Take note of that. Identify the third class. To determine the class mark, we simply add the lower class limit, which is 50, to the upper class limit, which is 59, and then divide it by 2. The lower class plus the upper class divided by 2. So we have 50 plus 59, and this will give 109. If we divide 109 by 2, we are going to have 54.5 as our answer. Roman numeral 5. the lower class boundary of the fourth class. The lower class boundary of the fourth class. Okay, this is the fourth class. Take note of all these. The lower class boundary, remember, what we need to do is take half from the lower class limit, and that is going to be 60 minus half, which is 0.5, and this is going to be 59.5. The next question is the upper class boundary of the seventh class. Upper class boundary of the seventh class. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. That is the last class here. And we're looking for the upper class boundary. And the upper class limit is 99 here. So we add half. This will make it 99.5. Okay, we have other questions here. We have solved this. The relative frequency of the first class. The relative frequency of the first class. Quite simple. We have to take note of the frequency of the first class, which is 140. Then, to determine the relative frequency, we divide this frequency by the total frequency, that is the total number of students, and we're told that is 3,300. So we're going to divide it by 3,300. And when we do that, we're going to have 140 divided by 3,300. This will give 0.04242 to infinity. All right. But the question says we are to approximate our answer to 3 decimal places. This mathematics, this decimal places is counted after the decimal point. So here is decimal 1, decimal 2, decimal 3. So to 3 decimal places, we are going to have this remaining one off. So our answer will be equal to 0.042. Take note of that. 3 decimal places. So you have to get something that is 3 figures after the decimal points. 3 digits after the decimal points. Then the eighth question, Roman numeral 8th question, the percentage of students who study statistical method for at most 59 minutes. 59 minutes. Okay, let's do that here. For at most 59 minutes. Let's get back there first. Now recall that the question says at most 59 minutes. Okay. At most simply means that very figure mentioned and below, since it is 59 minutes that we are given there, it means 59 and below. But if we are given at least, it means that 59 minutes and above. But since we are told that at most 59 minutes, then we have to consider those ones that study between that is 30 and 59, that is 59 and below. So if we add all these students that study 59 minutes and below, that's 140 plus 460 plus 580, we are going to get some. Let's do that quickly again. We say 140 plus 460 plus 580. This will be equal to 1180. Please, you can check to verify the results there. So we have the frequency of 1180 for those who study the course at most 59 minutes. So the next thing is to express this as a fraction of the entire students. The entire student, the fraction of the entire student, then multiply it by 100. Anytime we are converting number to percentage, we express that number as a fraction of a whole and then multiply it by 100. So we are going to express this as a fraction of the whole, which is 3,300 is given there. So we're going to have, as for question number 8, right? We're going to have 1,180 divided by 3,300, and then we multiply it by 100 over 1 to convert it to percentage. That is what is required of us here. What the percentage of students. Take note of that. Let's go back. So we have 0. Let's do that calculation quickly. 0, 0, 0, 0. So we have 1,180 divided by 33, and this will give 35.757575, like that. But the question said, give your answer correct to the nearest hundredth. Correct to the nearest hundredth. Remember, place value, if you have problem with identifying the place value of digits, you can visit a Maths Guru channel. You will see that there. Place value of a number. So this is the tens. This is the units. Then after the decimal points, we are going to have tenth. The next one will be hundredth. The next will be thousandth. Tens of thousandth. Just like that, as we will grade, value the other ones at the integral parts. So here is our focus to the nearest hundredth. So since we have reached there, we have to take note of the next digit. The next digit is 7. Since it is more than 5, we round it up to 1 and add it to the digit before it. So our final answer will be 35.76. So we approximate 7, then add it to 5. We round it up to 1 and add it to 5, which makes it 6. That is how to answer that question. Then Roman numeral 9. Let's go back again. The percentage of students who study statistical method for at least 1 hour. 1 hour is still on percentage. For at least for at least. This is at least. Take note of this now. So we mean 1 hour and above. Those who study the statistical method for 1 hour and above. So let's quickly calculate that. 60 minutes make an hour. So we have to add all these. 760. Please, you can follow up in the calculation. 760 plus 680 plus 620 plus 60, and this will give 2120. So a total, the frequency there is 2120. As stated earlier, we have to express this as a fraction of the whole. 2120, we divide it by this 3,300, which is the total number of students. Then we multiply it by 100 over 1 to convert it to percentage. So we're going to have this wipe out 0, 0. So we are going to have 2,120 divided by 33, and this will give 64.242424, like that. Now go back to the question again. We have give your answer correct to the nearest hundredth. So this is the 10th, this is the 100th. So the next consideration will be the next digit. This digit is not up to 5, and since it's not up to 5, you round it down to 0. You look at here we round up because it's more than 5. We round up digits that are equal to 5 or more than 5. We round down digits that are below 5. So since 2 is below 5, we round it to 0 and add it to this digit. So our final result will be 64.24 to the nearest 100. To the nearest 100. Take note of that. Then the last question there. The percentage of students who study statistical method for less than half an hour. Less than half an hour. Half an hour is simply 30 minutes. All right. Let's look out for the number of students that study statistical method less than 30 minutes. This one is 30 to 39. The lowest is there. The lowest here is 30 to 39. So none of the students studied statistical method less than half an hour. Therefore, the percentage of students who study statistical method for less than half an hour is equal to 0. Give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. 0.00 is still 0. So there is nothing else. Thanks for watching Maths Guru's video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Share this video to any platform that you think people will need it. Thanks.